How do we, how do these frauds, how do they start? So maybe they start with an error which has gone unnoticed, and they get benefit out of that error. Or there can be system deficiencies, there can be complacencies, uh, there may be weak internal control systems, and there will be opportunities. All these things will result in starting of the fraud. There may be at some place, some point of time, there can be lack of knowledge at the top level, and there can be too much dependence. So we have two questions, that what is the responsibility of independent directors in case of frauds? And second question is also similar. Can independent director be made responsible for frauds detected in the company? So this question has been floating around. There has been discussion whether the independent directors are responsible and to which extent they are responsible. And the regulator, which is NAFRA, has recently brought out a clarification that every board need to interact with the auditors, and there is a committee which is being formed. There is a requirement under the auditing standards that the auditors will need to interact with those charged with governance. So who are those charged with governance? Earlier, the situation was that a board member, there is a large board of directors. They would say that, okay, out of this whole board, there is a small group which we will call it audit committee. They will interact with the auditors, will understand how the auditors have planned their audit and how they have performed their audit and what are their key observations. This committee, which is part of the board of directors only, from them only will interact with statutory auditors, with internal auditors, and this committee will take the decision on behalf of the board. But now the latest circular, it says, circular of the regulator, it says that the auditors need to discuss with those charged with governance, and the independent directors cannot say that I don't know. And this is what the arguments they were giving, that we were not aware. So now they say that, okay, there are people who are in the capacity of independent directors. There are people who are in the capacity of executive directors. So a group of these people will be formed. They will be called those charged with governance, and those people will be interacting with the auditors. So auditors will need to report to them. And actually speaking, there are different kind of duties which have been defined under the corporate governance regime, where there is a duty towards the public, because directors are holding a key position. This is a duty of the directors to prevent or to help company in preventing the frauds. Directors are given responsibility, which is under the Companies Act, which is under various, if it is a listed company, then under SEBI guidelines. And there is a lot of focus on independent directors nowadays when we are talking about these frauds. Simply speaking, a director cannot just wash their hands saying that I do not know if there is a fraud happening in the company, because the company will pass a resolution. So if you are an independent director, now I am answering straightforward to you. If you are an independent director and you are sitting on a board of directors, if you are not aware or if you are not comfortable with any position being taken by the company for their financial statement, please get your dissent recorded in the minutes. You say that you have not understood. But if you are saying that you are understood and the board of directors, two directors on behalf of the board, they are signing, they are taking ownership, you are also included